So, funny thing happened today. Dog barking, but otherwise, my little iPod, my 4 gig Gen 2 iPod that I've had for years. I've had this, we've been using this thing for ever since it came out. Finally died today. I plugged it in my car and the thing just it's toast. So I went ahead, went to Best Buy, used some gift cards that I had for my birthday, bought a new iPod. I wanted the older Nano, but they were out, so I had to go with the new Nano. So, opening up the case here, here is the new Nano, America. This thing is smaller than a saltine cracker. This is an American quarter, 25 cents. This is the new Nano. For a better size comparison, the screen is bigger, but the actual unit itself is almost exactly the same size. So this is actually the first time I'm opening it, so I will probably break it the first time I open it, or knowing my luck. So this thing is actually really, really tiny, and I understand why they made it so tiny. The Nano is really good for going to a gym, not that I've been to one in years, but also it's got the clip, you could just clip it on, that's going to be useful. But I'm really worried that I'm going to eat this dang thing. I mean, it fits in my mouth easily. Apparently it's on right now. Oh, there's the little strip. It's powered on. So, done. And here we have everything on the iPod. I do like the fact that I kind of dig the fact that it's got a touch screen. But playlist now playing. Let's check out playlists, see if there's any music. So I have to go swipe to the right to go back. This is going to take some getting used to, because when I was asleep I would just, or when I was laying in bed, I'd just take this and, you know, spin it and click it, hit all the necessary buttons. But now I'm going to have to get used to using this thing, and it's so tiny. This is going to take some getting used to, but I'm going to go ahead and load it up on my computer and get some podcasts to it, and give it a while, and update you in a couple of seconds. Hey gang, Spada coming at you, and it has been a week since I filmed the first part of this video, and I wanted to give you my impressions of this little guy. First off, I want to cover the things that I liked about it. The first thing that I like is the clip. I actually really like this. For whatever reason, when I'm not wearing pants, or whatever I'm wearing is not pocket friendly, being able to just clip it to yourself, and I'm doing it very badly, mind you, is a great option. Another thing that I really like about this thing is it has an FM transmitter built in for radio. I really, really dig that there's a little radio built into this. I really like that. I think that's a really good idea for this particular little device. The next thing is, and you really can't see it here, but this screen is really crisp, really pretty, really, really nice. Colors are vivid. It's a really nice screen. It's one of the best I've seen, and it's for a 1-inch screen, this is really nice. The other thing is this sucker is fast. I mean, this thing has great responsiveness, and that's really cool. I have an iPod Classic, an 80 gig iPod, and that thing is slow as hell. The other thing I really like is, say you've got the thing like this. You clipped it, it's on its side. You can turn the display. Let me see if I can do this. Yep, there we go. You can turn the display. That's really very smart. The other thing I really like is going from the Gen 2 to this thing is the volume range is much, much greater. You could get this thing super quiet. So if I'm lying in bed listening to music, this thing gets super, super quiet just so I can hear it. And that's a good thing. I really enjoy that as well. One thing I want to mention, this is the cable these are the headsets to my iPhone. You need one of these. These are the iPhone 3GS headsets, the one with the volume up and down, and if you press in the middle, it pauses. You need a set of these for this. Not just the ones they come with. What it comes with is the generic ones, but you need to upgrade to those more expensive headsets because that functionality is built in here. Alright, so those are the things I really like about this, but there are a lot of things I don't like about this. There are a lot of problems that I have with this thing. The first thing is there is zero tactile feedback. That's a problem for me because I listen to these things in the car and I listen to this thing when I'm going to sleep. Not having tactile feedback means I don't know what I'm doing. If I'm driving along and I have to go like this, like I'm on a cell phone, that's dangerous. That's not good engineering. Also, if I'm asleep, I have to pull it out from underneath the pillow a little bit so I can tell what I'm doing. Or just to fast forward or skip a song, I have to pull it out, look at it to see where I'm touching. Also, in order to get this thing to use it, this thing goes to sleep in like 10 seconds. Yes, I realize you could go into the settings and change that. But you have to turn it off from sleep. It doesn't wake up as you saw, it just woke up. That's actually slower than my Gen 2, and then you could play with it. I don't like the fact that you have to hit the sleep button in order to use it. That's another issue. Just using it. I know that sounds weird, but I have found this thing to be horrifically frustrating this past week. Because quite simply, it's got a touch screen. Think about this. Me, with an iPod, I'm just throwing it in my pocket, I'm walking around, I'm doing stuff. I normally am listening to music while I'm doing chores. I'll plop the iPod into the hamper if I'm carrying up laundry or just doing something. Soon, I have had this thing more often than not. I'll have it like sitting down on my belt. I will brush my arm against it and I'll be listening to a podcast. All of a sudden music comes on. Or I've had it where I grabbed it off the belt loop, or if you just go to unclip it, because of where the hinge is, you have to grab it like this. More often than not, I end up touching the screen and causing it to turn the radio on. Not good design features there. I realize why they put a touchscreen in here. This touchscreen is probably cheaper. This thing is probably cheaper to manufacture than the old one. The last thing, and this is really stupid, it's too damn small. It's just too damn small. As I showed you before, here's my Gen 2, here's this current Gen 6. It's just too small. I've lost this 3 times this week. Lost it at work, lost it at home, lost it in my car. Lost it in my car. It's just too small. For someone who might be younger, this screen is not conducive to a good music experience. I showed this to my dad. He can't see it. Can't even read it. He's got trifocals. It's just too small. And when you're listening to music, or if you're listening to a podcast and you want to fast forward a little bit, see the bar there? I have to be very feathery touch in order to just move a minute. Just to move just a little bit, like a minute. I have to be very, very careful. Because if I'm not, I'll jump half an hour into whatever I'm listening to. It's really annoying. The last thing that really irritates me, I can only charge this on my computer. I can't use my iPhone charger. I can't use one of the bigger chargers that came with my old iPod. I can't use the device that's in my car, my FM transmitter. I have to use my computer. So the question is, should you buy this? No. Just no. There are going to be people out there probably who are watching this video and actually do enjoy it. This thing drives me batty. Every time I use it, I get frustrated. Every time I grab it, I think I'm going to break it. I cannot recommend this to anyone. When I saw it announced, I thought, oh, that's cool, but that's pretty small. I'm going to be returning this. I've already ordered a Gen 5 16 gigabyte, and I'm either going to be returning this or selling it. So, you know what? I can't recommend it at all. Save your money. If you want something with touch functionality, spend the extra money and get yourself an iPod Touch. Or, you know what? Go back to the Gen 5s, because this thing is not worth it.